guys. My hair's a mess. It's super windy outside. I just blew my hair fucking everywhere like crazy. The day is over. It's time to go home. I had to do something today I've never done before. Oh, seriously, I've never done before. I had to give somebody a jump start. Do you believe it? I had to give somebody a jump start. I've never given anyone a jump start before. And I've never had to have, well, I've never done one myself. I've had to have them. I've just never done one myself. It's always just been kind of like, if I need one, I just make a phone call and, just stand and look confused. And people will usually go, do you need some help? So yeah, it was the first time I've ever done it myself. And it was the lady that I helped. It was her first time ever doing it herself too. And it's funny because she works in the deli. And we're about the same age. And she called her husband. She called her husband. At first I was like, well, what side of the car is my battery even on? She goes, fuck, I don't know. So she calls her husband. Meanwhile, I'm looking under my hood to see which side of the car my battery's on, because I have no fucking idea. I've never looked under the hood of this car. Had it for 7 years, never had any reason to look under the hood of this fucking car. Trust me, I've never had any reason to look. And so I popped the hood and I looked to see what side the battery's on. I'm like, oh, it's on this side. So I pulled my car up, got in line with her truck. She pulled out the jumper cables and she's on the phone with her husband and she's like, which cable goes to which post? And so he's trying to explain to her which one goes to which post. And he's like, this goes on the positive and this one goes on the negative. And she had an older battery and it didn't have a positive and negative. Mine had a picture, like this post, it had a little plus under it, and this one it had a little minus under it. And I was like, oh, look, mine has pictures. And she just looked and she goes, mine doesn't have pictures. We're like, dude, fucking, mine doesn't have pictures. And she's like pissed. And he goes, oh, jeez, I hear him go, oh, Jesus Christ. She's like, mine doesn't have pictures. He goes, the red one. Just hook the red one to the red one and the black one to the black one. And she's like, okay. And then she's like, where do I hook this one? I said, I don't know. It looks weird, doesn't it? And she goes to her husband. He's still on the phone. She goes, her battery looks all weird and shit. She's like, okay, hold on, we'll figure it out. And so we finally got it figured out. And we got her truck started so that she could go home. It was so funny. She started her truck and we both went, woohoo! And I said, not bad for a couple of old broads, huh? And she started laughing. She goes, that's what my husband just said. Oh. It was crazy. Yeah, that was the first time I've ever done it. I've never looked under the hood of this car. I've never had any reason to. I've never had a reason to look under the hood of this car, ever. And I've never given anyone a jump start where I had to figure out how to do it. It was always somebody that already knew how and they just did it. And I just was like, okay, there you go. So yeah, that was like the first time I've ever jump started a car myself. She's like, you've never done it? And I said, no. I said, every time I've ever needed a jump start, I either just made a phone call and said, hey, my car won't start, or else, went, oh crap, my car won't start. And 15 people standing around me all go, do you need help? I said, I don't know. I've never done it before. I've never had to. So, yeah, we figured it out. We did it. We were proud of ourselves. We were like, woohoo! So, anyway, now I'm on my way home. Oh. I can feel myself getting sick. I can feel. You know how, like, when you get that cough and you have, like, a sore throat and you kind of get that cough and it kind of feels like you're coughing up glass? Yeah, I can feel that coming on. Totally feel that coming on. It's not going to be good. Not going to be a good thing. And I have to take Dad to Pittsburgh tomorrow. At 1 o'clock. He has to be there at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So guess who's going to have to drive through lunch rush traffic in Pittsburgh tomorrow? This girl right here. This girl right here is going to have to drive through lunch rush traffic in Pittsburgh. Awesome. So, yeah, that's going to be fucking heaps of fun. I don't even know what this appointment is for. I don't know what any of his appointments are for. I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. They make the appointments. I take him. I don't care what they're for. It's not my business. That's why I always say it's not my business. I don't know. Oh my God. I just remembered. I don't know if I told you guys or not. I don't know if I've talked about this or not, but Dad has this issue where he goes to the bathroom a lot, and come to find out he has like bladder stones, and basically they're not anything dangerous or anything, but they're taking up space in his bladder, so his bladder always feels full even when it's not. So he's up like all fucking day going to the bathroom. So anyway, the last time, when we found this out, my brother-in-law had taken him that day, right? Well, when they get back, my brother-in-law, he tells me, he's like, well, they said he has bladder stones, and that's why he keeps having to go to the bathroom all the time, because it's taking up space in his bladder and making his bladder feel full. And they said that they could take them out, but it would require inserting like a catheter or something and like vacuuming them out or something. I don't know. But anyway, as soon as he found out that it would require like some kind of catheter or some shit, he told him no, he wasn't going to do it. Well, I guess he didn't know that my brother-in-law told me all of this. He just kept complaining about it and complaining about it and complaining about it. And then finally I said, you know what? I said, I don't want to hear you complain about it anymore. They said they could fix it. They said all it is just those stones in your bladder. They can remove them. They said they could remove them. You told them no. And he just kind of looked. And he just looked kind of shocked, like, how did she know that? And then he just got up and grumbled. I said, yeah, you didn't know Rob told me about that, did you? You didn't know he told me. Didn't know he told me about that. You thought you had a little secret that you could just sit and bitch about for years and years and years. But you didn't realize I knew that you're the reason why you didn't get them out, because you said no. I'm on to you. That's what I was like. I'm on to you. So now I guess he's wondering what else I know about that he thinks I don't know about, so that he can lie and grumble and everything else. Because I took away that one thing that he can complain about. I said, that's on you. I said, that's totally on you. You told him no. I said, so now you just need to stop complaining about it. because they can fix it. You won't let them. That's on you. Sorry. Anything that's you're doing, take your consequences. Take your consequences. That's it. That's your consequences. They said they would fix it. You said no because you didn't want to have a catheter put up your hoo-ha, whatever. So that's on you. You suffer with it now, and I don't want to hear anything about it. Nobody does. Nobody wants to hear you complain about it because it could have been fixed. You said no. And then he tried to make it sound like the VA had told him no, they wouldn't do it because he had to be sedated. No, he didn't have to be sedated. They were going to do it under local. They were going to do it under local anesthetic. And he was like, nope. But he's trying to convince me that the VA was going to do it under general. And I was like, no. Not for something like that. They don't knock you completely out for something like that. Because it's like a 15-minute procedure or some shit. They're not going to knock you out for a 15-minute fucking procedure. That's that easy to do, and they can do it in like nothing. I got the details. I got the skinny. I got the lowdown. He's like all trying to. I'm like, nope. Don't want to hear it. That's on you. Just like 2 days after I got him out of the hospital, he wanted to go back. I said, no, I'm not taking you back. I said, we're not doing this. I said, because they can't do anything for you. If you're not going to let them place you, I'm not taking you up there. I'm not. You're wasting my time, my gas, my energy, and just for you to get mad and then turn around and come back home. I said, no, you're wasting everyone's fucking time with this shit. We're not doing it. And he hasn't brought it up again. I told him, I said, if you're not going to stay and let them place you somewhere, because they offered to place him somewhere, and he was like, he agreed so that they would keep him. And then after 3 days, he got mad and wanted to come home. He'd had enough. He wanted to come home. So I was like, nope, we're not doing this again. And I told him, no, I wasn't going to take him. I said, you want to go? You got to Uber your ass up there. I said, you either got to drive yourself or Uber your ass up there, because I ain't doing it. Because they can't do nothing for you. They are not going to do anything for you, and you know it. So, so we fixed that. He hasn't brought that up again. Yeah, I put my foot down. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I will put my foot down. Now, sometimes it'll get stomped on all to hell, but I do put my foot down occasionally. Well, I'm going to end this here because I'm going to go in and I'm going to make myself some coffee and keep myself awake long enough to go to bed. That's the deal. That's how it works. That's what we do. We have coffee to keep ourselves awake until it's time to go to bed. And I will talk to you later. Thanks for coming.